Okay. I think it's called the Armory is the bomb site. Briefing. Briefing and Armory. Oh, bunks. Briefing bunks. Bomb site. I guess I'll start down below. You're gonna have your outside wall reinforced. Pretty obvious. Wall denial. Pretty simple, straightforward. The big thing on this bomb site is you have one person on site and they kind of just play this position right here. They're just stalling, try and keep them from just walking in for free. This is a gunner spot. Like, go for those kills and get fucking crazy on them. So I guess like a zombie could be good for this. You just close off all the angles. You're pushing from stall for a lot of time. You're peeking a lot of different angles. You're gunning a lot. You have your head on the swivel. You don't just want to like completely keep it this and just be like, okay, I'll just watch this now. You want to be active, reactive to everything. To make sure you have like everything unlocked. Kind of just walk around and go for picks for people trying to hit site directly. And this site, I'm trying to think of if there's any similar sites that I've covered that this is like. It would be like kitchen on Chalet, which I think I've done, where the entire round can be done from upstairs because this whole thing is just open to the upstairs. Which is why this bomb site is strong, is you basically just get to hold up top and you win the round for free. So you have your site player, someone who just go crazy with. A zombie is a good shout. Maybe you take the zombie up top if the zombie's still up, but whoever the person that plays sites can stall time with and gun. I think Denari, if you really like the Scorpion, was really good here because you could just like block off a lot of people just running in and gunning you down with Denaris. So that's a really good option. I think Denari, if the zombies ban, is probably your best bet. You can make a lot of head holes with the shotgun. You have the Scorpion, you have things lasered off. So that's a good shout. Top of green stairs. Let's say you have a Denari downstairs. Your top of green, Clash. This is prime Clash real estate right here. Like, this is where Clash goes fucking crazy because you can walk up all the way over here for free, see what's happening, see if people are pushing over there. You're totally safe. You can see if people are trying to push in over here. You have this whole area unlocked and you have your entire team right behind you to back you up, which leads us to this over here. You're gonna have a Warden and a Solus. I doubt either are banned. You're going to have both of them playing in this bomb site. That is because you have to be denying the plant, and those are by far the two best people to stop the plant. You'll notice these a lot of vert holes to be made. They're easier to make from down below and then come up and make them. I would recommend Warden and Solus shotgun to make the vert. You could also play reactively to wherever they're planting with the Solus if you have the shotgun, or you could use the impacts for it. Choice is yours, but I guess some key vert holes is this all along this right here. This watches your breach running. This you can see all the way over here. That's not solid, I guess, but you see all this over here. This hole right here is just if they plant in like the cubby. I don't know what it's called. We'll just call it cubby. Like a cubby plant that try and sneak in there. You'll be able to see it from right here. So you have a Warden and a Scopus in this area. I kind of just have one on either side of the site, kind of calling what's happening. These vert holes are like a deep angle onto breach, and these vert holes here are a close angle onto the breach. These vert holes right here are for anyone trying to sneak a plant in this area because this area often gets overlooked. For that reason, I would maybe take the Scopus just to cover this easier and have your Warden play that side. Warden's deployable. You take Warden deployable, you put it right here in the hallway so you can kind of walk around site more free from here. You'll have the deployable to play off of to contest this. You'll have Clash up there obviously helping you. Clash can back up in here. Place this shield. Like if Clash is getting pushed a lot, like Nomadic Captain's coming here, just place the shield somewhere right here. And just play off of your shield right here. You have birds for the green getting opened up. So you have your one-person site, you have a Clash, Solus, Warden. And if your site player is Denari, then your last person will have to be some sort of wall denial. Cade is so good on this map. Reason being, just throw your Cade claw up here. That gets the wall. and you can just throw your Cade Claw at the toolbox right here, and that gets this wall. So you just play up top. If Cade and Tube are up, it is such a free round. By the way, you should be taking Cade Tube here. It is insane. You can make the vert holes. You have your Cade, you have your Tube. You probably drop like, well, your Warden or your Solus or like a zombie over here for that. So you could have your Cade and Tube, and you can just throw your tubes low and then throw your Cade Claw right here, and the tube won't hit the Cade Claw, so you just instantly electrify the wall. Same thing on this side. You can do the same thing over here. It is so broken just playing Cade Tube up top. They will not be able to get the walls open. So that is like by far first option is Cade Tube. On the board is just both of them up here doing that. And then you have like a clash in the hall, or you could have Warden Shotgun trying to lock this down if you don't want to take a clash. No one's comfortable playing clash. You could just have your Warden play here. So smoke's also good for here. But I would put a like Denarian Sight, Cade Tube up top, a clash over here, and a Azami over here. Azami, same thing. This is open now though, but if they start pressuring this breach, you just fall off back up. You have your zombies to play off of. You're just keeping people stalling for time on the side of the map and just getting out of there. I guess one person will be playing in this area, probably your Warden with the shotgun, maybe your Scopus with the, not the Scopus, the Solus with the shotgun in this area, just because you can just kind of attack like this with your shotgun from anyone pushing bathroom or over here, and you can just kind of sit like this with your shotgun for anyone jumping window. So those are two great spots for shotguns to play, is in this area right here. You want to hold this vert. This vert is, and this hatch is so you can drop if you need to play a retake. This vert you don't really need, but this is like deep contest angle on the door. They'll probably be looking at the hatch if they are looking up top at all. This one you can get free kills onto anyone walking in the door here. Contest that a little bit so they don't just walk in your team. You have some flexibility depending on what's on the board. I guess the best thing that I imagine is the Denarian Sight. You have a deployable that you can place wherever to play off of. You can make a lot of the head holes from down below with your shotgun. Keep your traps there to keep people from walking on you. Cade and Tube, if it is up, should be going upstairs. Most of the time, like a Cade will get banned by the time you get here, though. So in that case, then you would just have one sort of wall denial, like a bandit. You would put the shit on both walls, and then you just come up here and plan on them being opened. Especially this wall over here being opened. So you would just kind of do that. If you have a bandit, then maybe it's worth for them stalling for time on that side of the map, or like holding this over here, so your Solus and Warden can play more of the vert, because this will be getting open faster, having them in position. If that's getting open faster, will be nice. So that's an option. But I guess just quickly, like the ideal combo is a Denari, Clash, a Cade Tube, and a Scopus. And if you have a Cade Tube in here, then your Scopus will be playing over here to stall for time in this area. If you don't have these zombies, it's not worth starting all the way over here. Just kind of play off this and kind of just like peek and scare them on either side. Maybe if they're still walking in, you go like that and then play off this. Don't actually try and die here. You are very important. You cannot afford to die in that position. But just make your presence known and then just kind of back up and play safe. Your Cade or your Tube will play in this area and in here over in this area, kind of one each, but they might get doubled up for like helping with the wall. If your Cade is the person playing on this side, which I would recommend having your Cade be here to start, they can throw the Cade Claw over here. Yes, it can be shot from the window. It's kind of unlikely though. I'll let you throw the Cade Claw from this side to get the wall, and then your Tube in sight can throw it right down here. This wall, that wall on ping is more likely to get opened up, but you might have to rotate over to get this if they're trying to hit this wall. So you got to be prepared for that. And the case that Cade is banned, then your team comp is going to be a little different. You're going to have your Clash on the stairs. You're going to have your Denari in sight still. If a zombie's up, a zombie will play over here. Maybe a zombie isn't up. But then you'll have a Warden and a Solus both playing the vert over here. And then you will have, ideally, a zombie over here to stall for time. Maybe take like an LS, you know, when they like actually walk in, or if they get breach open, you know, when they walk in there. You have the deployable that you can play off of and put wherever you'd like. I think the deployable right here, so you can contest like the doorway vert and the breach vert over here, is nice. So you can kind of play this with your shield, play off of this. But obviously if they take up and push it, you got to be careful of them just sitting like this on you. So careful of that. Maybe put it at this doorway diagonally just to play off of it like this, just to let you maybe you can get that. So that is some of the options that you have. It really depends on who's banned, what you're going to be able to take here. Like Cade and the zombie are banned, you're going to have to find backups. If the Cade's banned, then the tube might not be worth it, so you're going to have to find a backup for that. But that's what you're doing, is you're just locking down this upstairs area. Clash is banned for whatever reason. Just put a smoke here. Goyo, again, same Goyo setup as upstairs. We put like one on this wall, one on this wall, and like one in the hallway here. So those are your options. But ideally you get Denari, Cade, Tube, Clash, and then a Solus. I would say is probably realistic. If a zombie's banned, you just come over here. That's like a very realistic upstairs hold. Just all for time. The big thing is making sure you have all the verts. If you have a Cade, they can help with that. If you have the Denari, they can help with that. If you have the Scopos, they could play shotgun and help with that. Clash has 2 impacts, I believe. Maybe you could use that somewhere. Solus has 2 impacts to play off of. But I would try to make all the holes from underneath, because it's easier to remember where you make the holes from down below than it is just guessing up top where you on the side. Just like be like, oh, it's open up right in front of this wall. Open up right in front of the wall. Same thing on this one. Open up right in front of the wall. And then you just got to think of where they might push from or where they might try and plant. So like I have vert here to stop anyone trying to plant right here. I have vert in this area for anyone trying to plant here. I have vert to contest the door here. I have vert in the hatch to contest over here. And then I have some sneaky vert to contest the door walk-in and security. It's kind of just like think of where they can push. It's a lot of shooting through the floor. For that reason, Tachanka is actually pretty good. As like a backup, you get the deployable up top and you can send Tachankas to breach when it's open to stall for time. And you can make all the vert really easily on Tachanka. So maybe you try and work that in there. But that's what I would do for this bomb site. This is kind of like hard to explain, but it's actually like really strong to just hold up top of that. As long as they don't get it like a sneak smoke plant, then you should be very, very good to just hold this room like that. If they do get a smoke plant, you'll have to drop this hatch or drop this hatch to get back to site quickly, or you could go to your green stairs to hit site over here. If you have a long-range gunfight, you send someone walking down over here to fight that. If you have the Clash walking this direction just to come in and apply pressure, you can walk straight up to the breach and be like, okay, they're playing outside the breach or whatnot. So to play a pretty aggressive retake if that happens, but like it's really hard for that to happen, especially with the key tube. But that is what I would do.